English Grammar for Life. Uh, in today's lesson, I am going to explain comparative and superlative forms of the adjectives. Comparative form. Adjectives are used to compare differences between the two objects. In comparative forms, we compare differences between two objects. Examples: larger, smaller, faster, higher. Then the superlative form. These are the adjectives which are used to compare three or more nouns. It also expresses the extreme or highest degree of a quality. When we compare things, we use a different form of the adjective. Now here, these three pictures clearly illustrate the form of the adjectives. First one is positive form, then the second one is comparative form, the final one is superlative forms. In the comparative form, fat, it is F consonant, A vowel, T consonant. Then we should double the final letter to make it comparative. And remember that we use than after comparative forms and we use the before superlative forms. Here we say that fatter is the comparative form of fat. We are comparing them. We say that fattest is the superlative form of fat. Then find the comparative and superlative form of high. Comparative form is higher and the superlative form is highest. Here also, as after the comparative higher, we use than when we write sentences, and we use the before we write the superlative form highest. Then find the comparative and superlative form of large, long, warm. The comparative form of large is larger, then the superlative form is largest. Then long becomes longer and longest. Comparative form is longer, superlative form is longest. Then warm. Comparative form warmer, then the superlative form is warmest. Sometimes instead we use an extra word before the adjective. Comfortable, more comfortable, then most comfortable. Positive form is comfortable, comparative form is more comfortable, superlative form is most comfortable. Then we say that more comfortable is the comparative form of comfortable. We are comparing them. We say that most comfortable is the superlative form of comfortable. Most words of more than one syllable use more and most. What is the comparative form of miserable? Comparative form is more miserable. Then what is the superlative form? It is most miserable. Then find the comparative and superlative form of useful, intelligent. Comparative form of useful is more useful, and the superlative form is most useful. Then intelligent, more intelligent is the comparative form, while most intelligent is the superlative form. Here there are some Here there are some exceptions. Words ending in y, add IER and IST to form comparative and superlative. Examples: happy. Happy becomes happier in the comparative form, and the superlative form is happiest. Now here happy ends in y letter. Before that p is there, p letter is there, it is a consonant. When there's a consonant before y, then we omit y letter. Instead of that, we add IER to form the comparative form. Then happy becomes happier. Likewise, we use IEST to form the superlative form of happy. Then it is happiest. Some two-syllable words add ER and EST. Examples: clever and quiet add ER and EST. Quiet becomes quieter in the comparative form, and the superlative form is quietest. Or clever becomes cleverer, comparative form, and the superlative form is cleverest. Then a few three-syllable words add IER and IST. Unhappy, unhappier, unhappiest. Unlucky, unlucky becomes unluckier in the comparative form, and the superlative form is unluckiest. Then a small group of words can add ER and EST or use more and most. Common, stupid, narrow, pleasant, cruel, polite, gentle, shallow, simple. A few words change completely in the comparative and superlative. Good becomes better, and the superlative form of good is best. Now, this is these adjectives are irregular. Uh, these types of adjectives are called irregular adjectives. Then bad become worse, and the superlative form is worst. Then a few words cannot have a comparative or superlative. Why? Because they are already absolute. Example: unique, perfect. Then some for you to try. Find the comparative and superlative form of small, popular, famous, spotless, well, cruel. Small becomes smaller, comparative form. Superlative form is smallest. Then popular becomes more popular, and most popular is the superlative form. Then famous, more famous, most famous. Spotless, spotless, spotless. Then well becomes better in the comparative form, while Best is the superlative form of well. Then here, for the adjective cruel, there are two comparative forms, crueler and more cruel. The superlative forms are cruelest and most cruel. That is the end of the lesson. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a nice day. Goodbye.